I just had a newborn March 6th, and March 9th, I took my father out because it was his birthday, and we also had the celebration of my newborn. So we went out, had 2 beers, figured a couple celebratory beers, let's go back to the hospital, back to my wife, and let's call it a night. And unfortunately, there was a young lady that was parked in the middle of ours, and just in the middle of the lane, and I didn't see them until it was a little bit too late. And I tried to swerve, tried to miss them. Unfortunately, clipped the right side of my car, and the police came out, immediately pulled me out, breathalyzed me. So, of course, I had 2 beers, so obviously blew. And then at that point in time, that's when I reached out to one of my buddies who owns his own law firm, and he spoke very, very highly of Mark Hanchey and his firm. So I reached out. Immediately, they were super flexible with me, and the beautiful thing about the way they operate is they handle everything from A to Z. It's a complete hands-off process for me. They just took everything off my plate. They turned around and said, hey, sit back, we got your case, we'll give you the updates. So they've been incredibly easy to work with. The thing that I was personally most concerned about, I've never had a DUI before, so he really kind of calmed me down, brought my nerves down a little bit, and just was able to really go through the process and said, hey, again, this is completely hands-off for you, let us handle it, we'll give you the results, but this is absolute worst case scenario. And in my case, the worst case scenario is really not that bad.
On average, I represent probably over 75 DUIs every year. And one common emotion that I see from those folks is stress and fear. They're worried about their ability to keep their license, and they may have already lost it, and they're worried about how to get it back. They're worried about their ability to drive and provide for their family. So what I want to initially do, especially if this is their first case, they have no idea what the next step in the proceedings is going to look like. So obviously our explanation of how the process works is going to alleviate a lot of that stress. So that's one of the things that we can immediately do is explain to them how the process is going to work and give them some homework, some things that they can start to do so that they can begin to manage their own narrative with the case.
So working with the Hanchey law firm, everything was just such a smooth process, very hands-off, very low pressure. It was just like, hey, we're here to help you. And that's what I really loved about working with Mark Hanchey and his team.
What I tell my clients is that our pledge to you is that we will never be outperformed and we will never be outworked. One of the things that we do is make sure that every single client that we get, we're able to extend the full bore of our experience, of our compassion, and also of just the passion that we have for helping every single person that walks in our door.
If you guys are looking for a lawyer that's on your team, that has your back, and is going to give you a hands-off process, 100%, hire Mark Hanchey.